Innovating for green growth brings to mind technological innovations like biofuels and fuel cells, electric vehicles, renewable energy. But the imperative to create sustainable societies is also driving changes in business models and in business strategies and in basic fundamental understandings about how to conduct business and how to organize economic activity. And it's my belief that entrepreneurs who understand these basic fundamental changes in business are finding ways to apply their technological innovations and create business opportunity. So what I want to do in my talk today is very briefly explain 3 changes in fundamental business mindsets. The first one concerns industrial production, the second one consumption, and the third is about emerging economies. So let me start with industrial production. The old mindset about industrial production that I was taught in business school is that industrial production proceeds along a linear value chain, starts by extracting materials from the earth and then transforming those materials in a series of steps into a useful product that is then distributed to consumers. All along the way, the waste produced is not apparent in the value chain. And what happens to the product at the end of its useful life is not talked about either. The new mindset talks about more circular value chains, where waste is considered as an input to new industrial processes. Let me give an example. Suppose we were going to set up a brewery. We'll call it the Tekes brewery. We would source agricultural materials like hops and barley and yeast and water, bring them into the factory and turn them into beer, and then ship out the beer to a distributor who would put it in the hand of users. Okay? But when Gunther Pauly, entrepreneur from Belgium, set up a brewery in Namibia, he took a very different approach. He said, well, I'm producing beer, but I'm also producing byproducts of beer. And let me see what I can do with those byproducts. So after some research, he found that part of the byproduct of beer production was a great medium for growing mushrooms. So he started a mushroom business, and that created food and employment for the local community. And then another part of the beer byproduct was a good medium for growing earthworms. So he started having earthworms, and well, chickens like to eat earthworms, so he started a chicken business. And the chickens laid eggs and produced more food and more employment for the local community. And then he took the waste from the chickens, put it into a digester, and produced power to power the brewery. So his circular value chain is rather different from the linear value chain that I was taught in business school. And Pauly says that the worst thing that business schools have done is to teach the tradition of core competence. This is the idea that businesses should do just one thing that they do really well, and then outsource all the rest of their activities. He says if you asked the beer brewery in Namibia, what business are you in? Would they say beer, mushrooms, chickens, power? It's a very different way of thinking about the value chain. This mindset is being used by engineers in Stockholm now, who are capturing the body heat from 250,000 commuters who pass through the central train station each day. They're storing the heat in water tanks underneath the ground and then piping it into a nearby office building to heat the building during the day. Another set of entrepreneurs using this mindset are a couple of Americans who have figured out a way to combine agricultural waste, like rice husks, with mushroom roots, and over a period of 5 days, these mushroom roots biologically manufacture a packaging material very similar to styrofoam in that it's lightweight and durable, only this product is biodegradable, does not contain the 3,000 chemicals that styrofoam does, and is being used currently by Dell Computer to package and ship their computers. So these are just a couple of examples of how this first mindset concerning industrial production is being used by entrepreneurs.